start a church. Me? Start a church? I said, no. I told God no. I mean, God having this conversation and this, I wouldn't even go into the full details because it's vivid. And I finally went on a trip to Grand Key, Abco, and spent a week in prayer, and then the Lord, I gave into it, came back with a vision. And with one of the things the Lord said to me concerning New Destiny, He said, I'm calling you to be a last days pastor. One.
Yes.
I'm calling the church to be different.
Right.
It's not for old, not for young, it's for everybody.
Right.
Transgenerational church. And so I'm radical by nature, but when I was younger, you would never think because I was more introvert side. If you saw me as a child, you'd probably think he'll never be a pastor.
Ooh.
But God transitioned me from introvert to the point that He had to tell me stop talking.
Yeah.
And so the church kind of had take on the tune of what I was used to, and then what God wanted to do. So very on the onset of the church starting, I noticed that God was, like we had service and people would come and they come in and bow and just be freed, and they'll talk about their experience, and at first, I didn't understand what He was doing. All I know, He was just gathering and just obeying Him. I always, like I said, I was a youth pastor, so I had a word. I would preach. Sometimes I don't get to preach. People come in, they lay on the floor. Church sometimes don't out. One time we had church until 3 o'clock. People wouldn't move. I said, okay, time to go now. I ready, the people ain't ready to go. They laying out and crying before the Lord. And then I got it what God was saying. This is more, you call to, and I think my message is more of process. How to get from one place to the next. How to come out of something into something. And so in that comes deliverance.
Right.
And so our mission as a church or vision is just simply the name, New Destiny, to give people or usher people into a new destiny. For that to happen, some things where you were or accustomed to, you have to come out of. And that's a shedding, that's a shifting, that's and so you would see, if you look at me being pastoring for 9 years and seeing some people who are coming to the church at one way and see them now, they're preaching, they're leading worship. Pastor Monet was singing before she came to Destiny, but she never led worship.
Yeah.
And now she's the pastor of worship.
Yep.
And there's so many people with that testimony that they came in their same way. And that's given me so much joy to see what God transformed their life. And I know it's through the power of deliverance and God doing His thing. So that's basically our mission. New destiny, give people a new destiny, just following God's leading. I don't have no set program. We just want to let God do His thing. That's how we do. We have order, of course, there's order, but we open to God just, okay, if you want to come in and you want to move however you want to move, we're going to back aside
Right,
and let you do your thing. And that's what you saw on Sunday.